This week on Face Off Hockey Show, boy howdy, it's the trade deadline, and I hope you didn't miss it. Because if you did, I don't know what to tell you. But we'll review it for you. Don't you worry your pretty little head over it. Also, we live in a world where Johnny Manziel got banned in the CFL. How you like them apples? All that and more. It's Face Off Hockey Show right now.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Choose your command. You have chosen
the Face Off Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Face Off Hockey Show. What? With Scotty Waz. Sean O.
breakaway.
And the P-Boys, Johnny and Mark with the C.
Yeah, baby.
Here's your host for the Face Off Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
Hey, everybody. What's happening? I am Scotty Waz. It's another fun-filled edition of Face Off Hockey Show. Post-trade deadline. We live in a post-trade deadline world now, Johnny.
That's true. That's a very true statement.
So we'll talk about all the fun stuff that's happened. The trade deadline, Law Rich will be on. Who knows who else is going to jump in?
Who knows?
Because Johnny's just sending emails out to everybody.
It's the way it works.
I guess
you become the best producer in the world by not contacting people.
That's true, but we usually give them a little bit of time to talk up and to promote their stuff.
Nope.
No free promotion. You're on the show when we get on the show. We have a busy schedule here.
It's true.
Talking bidets, we're talking cover songs, talking all kinds of stuff.
They'll talk cover songs with us.
I hope they do. We're almost on a Jamie Moyer-like streak of mentioning cover bands, apparently. So
really, I didn't know that.
Past 3 weeks, I think we've gone with some cover band chatter. So
interesting.
Yeah. How was your week, good sir?
There was hockey.
Oh.
I went to watch the Black Bears, take some pictures. There was much debate this weekend on whether a vintage warmer look to my pictures or a modern cold look to the pictures is better. So
what was the majority?
It's pretty much split right down the middle.
Okay. All right. This gave you zero clarity at all.
It was basically like people that half of the people were like, yeah, so I like the more natural colors and the warmer look to the rink. And then other people are like, but the ice is white. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Or you can just overprocess the shit out of your pictures and put them up on your website.
There's also that option. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah. So there were pictures. It was military weekend. I made a bomb joke. And yeah. On military weekend. There was a really cool before Saturday night's game, they brought out this massive flag and both teams skated around and held the flag, and it was pretty neat. It was a fun time. And then like 14 seconds into the game, there was a bad hit and everybody like came together.
Sounds about right. Came together again, but not with the flag. This weekend, Johnny, you'll have Odington's own Jackson Dean will be doing the national anthem.
Oh, okay.
Rising country music star Jackson Dean. He's
Is
got
that
the name.
the kid from Arundel?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, because they play some of his country music before the games as well.
Yeah. I assume he's from Arundel. That's where Odenton people go, right?
The Capitals street crew will be at the game as well.
Hey, street team.
As long as it's not raining outside beforehand.
Right. There's also an interesting thing going on with Maryland hockey.
Is there?
I know this isn't the Chesapeake Hockey Week. That's Tuesdays usually. There's a Twitter thing that popped up recently. At Maryland Junior 1. And it's just these weird photos of Piney Orchard. And they're
Okay.
just like a new and the Twitter name is Maryland Junior Bears Hockey.
Interesting.
It's just a photo of Piney Orchard, some videos, some like grainy photo. So my thought process is this: is Team Maryland's the Eastern Hockey League Team Maryland is rebranding as the Maryland Junior Bears.
I like it.
It would only make sense because Team Maryland is not they don't have any Marylanders on the team. I don't think. So it seems silly to have a Team Maryland that doesn't have any Marylanders on it.
Makes sense.
Also, this will kind of give way to what Wilkes-Barre and Northeast do and have all the teams branded as the logo or mascot or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Maybe they can get better deals on their jerseys as well.
Yes, that would help as well. Better deals. Bulk. Buy it more in bulk. And if they're the same, they don't have to switch the numbers or anything like that. That's
what I mean. Just let them use their jerseys when they call them up.
There it is.
They already got nameplates. I did find out this weekend, though, that when the second rink is built at Piney Orchard, which is apparently coming after the Black Bear season is over.
We're year 15 into a 5-year second rink.
No,
plan.
I heard that. I heard that it's coming this summer.
Okay.
They're moving all of the boards and glass from the arena that's currently there into the second rink and putting all new boards and glass up for the Black Bears.
Good. It's deserved.
In the main rink.
It's deserved. If you're going to make this a world-class place to play, why wouldn't you put that
Well,
stuff in there?
it would hopefully, maybe they have camera holes.
That'd be great too if they just made this whole pro thing a deal, and then you can have camera holes and you can be a real photographer.
True. Then I have to fight people off for my hole.
Gross. Anything else you do this week? I saw you were with your little nephew there.
Yeah, I went to see the redhead. We watched some hockey. He's into hockey. And by into hockey, I mean he was standing in front of it while the game was on.
And you're yelling screen, screen, screen. He's like, huh?
Yeah. He's walking around now. He's got like a personality. He likes watching himself on phones. He would scroll to pictures of himself on my phone, look at them, and then hit the heart button so that he could favorite the picture.
That you might want to. They might want to stop that before they get started.
And then the best part was that I would unfavorite the picture, and he would look at me and then press the favorite button again.
Jesus Christ!
The kid,
what a guy!
He's a riot.
Good for him.
He's like a tiny Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, that's interesting to say, but you're not wrong.
So did that. I got a new DC United jacket because DC United and MLS are starting this weekend.
Oh, is it? Jesus.
Yeah, this weekend.
It's March.
Yep. And what else? What else did I do? That's about it, really. That's about all I did since the last show. Mostly hockey.
About right.
I stopped refereeing soccer so that I can actually do what I want to, and that's go to hockey games and take pictures.
Attaboy. Your lifelong dream has finally been achieved.
Right.
Congratulations.
Sure. Yeah. What did you do this week?
I got back from Canada. The Pontiac did start.
That's always a good thing.
So it's a plus. It's a plus when the Pontiac starts. My flight got delayed after hanging out, of course, with all the kids.
Seattle is in the house.
What?
Hey, Aaron.
Oh, AA Ron. Shout out AA Ron. So hanging out with all my Mr. Mike's kids, that's always fun. Mainly because it's a shit show from the get-go, as we all know.
They look like they enjoyed it.
Oh, dude, it's when I come back, it's a fucking party. Daddy parties hard. So that's pretty fun. It was a good time had by all. As I can try to bring the picture up if Facebook would allow me. If Facebook would allow me to. As we go to the screen share. All right. Yep. And there we are. the kids, the Mr. Mike's crew.
The kids in the hall.
Yeah, Sammy to my immediate below, right there in the middle. She's the only girl.
It's like
and then Cole at the bottom there, and then Black Mike up top.
Oh,
we had
really?
two mics.
Okay.
One was Greek Mike and one was Black Mike, and the Black Mike kind of stayed.
Okay.
He appreciates that, I guess.
I guess.
Oh. And then on Thursday, I hung out with this giant person that's now 5'8".
Whoa.
Right? So
How did that happen?
I'm blaming genetics.
There's something in the water up there.
I'm sure. Well, yeah, she's 5'8". She's not even a teenager yet. So there's that. And then of course me and Sam Jam, because she adores me and she's trying to convince me and Jen to move up there to be closer to Katie and her.
To be closer to her. Yeah,
essentially. She said, "Yeah, I'm going to convince Jen to be closer to his baby girl and me." Like, of course you are.
That's funny.
No, Sammy's the bestest. Love me some Sammy. But yeah, then my flight got delayed for 3 hours in Calgary because there was a mechanical issue. So I got to run around the Calgary airport, the new Calgary airport, for a while. And then the Grand Prix started in Winnipeg, made it home, finally got the stand wagon back.
Oh,
holy Jesus, it took forever.
Did they put in the extra cool rubber hoses that aren't going to freeze?
Maybe. Let's hope they did. If they didn't, I got a 2-year warranty on it, so we'll see.
All right.
Then like Saturday I had a thing to do. I can't really say much about it, but I did some things on Saturday. Like it entailed going to Minnesota. So that was a fun time. Johnny, remind me to tell you off air what the hell happened.
All right. I like secretive things that come up on the show.
Yeah, it's great. Other than that, didn't really do much this weekend. Just kind of hung out. And
Chris is here too. He says, "Long live the stand wagon."
All the Warriors are here. So yeah, that was my weekend. There's
already been a Freddie Adu drop on the top chat. Today's been fantastic.
Damn. What the hell is it gonna do?
Sammy looks like a peach.
Sammy's adorable. I love her. She is the best. She actually, and this is a fun story. I don't think you were here for this, or I don't even know if I said it on air. So she was introducing me to the new people that I hadn't met since I last been there, and she's like, "This is Scotty. Hands off. He's mine. If you touch him, I'll stab you." Like, first off, there's people in the restaurant. Second off, I'm just meeting these people as well.
Possessive.
She adores me. I've known her since she was 19.
All right.
And she also says that I am the most stable masculine figure she's had in her life.
That's an interesting comment. I don't know if that's a good comment for you or just like a really bad comment for her.
I think it's well, you know what? Well, 6 and 1/2 does another. This
a little from column A and a little from column B.
Yeah.
Chris wants to know if he's already missed the bidet chat.
No bidet chat just yet. Though I will say this, I definitely bringing a travel bidet next time. Definitely going to do that.
Yeah, how was that? How was being in a hotel without a bidet?
Oh, not great. Not great.
A little rough on the hole.
Oh, talking about fighting people for holes. Like that's like honestly. I might as well.
Do they make travel bidets or are they just spray bottles?
Well, I think it's one and the same. Let's take a look. Travel bidet. We're getting into it.
Are you? Can you fly with a travel bidet? Can you put that like in your like carry-on?
All right, there's a travel bidet.
What is it like? It's just a really tiny Gatorade bottle, isn't it?
It's there's one Bed Bath and Beyond.
God, if you could spray a Gatorade bottle. I'm just kidding.
Oh man, hold on. Stop the scan. Stop the scan. Stan. All right.
I did not know there was such a thing as a. Now, okay, so me of all people should have realized that there's such a thing as a travel bidet because I have a travel air purifier.
Well,
So
there you go. So here we go. Scotty screen share. That's travel.
Those look like locks.
What the hell?
That
What-
looks like a.
Why did my
that
travel
looks like a
bidet?
deadbolt.
There you go. There's the travel bidet. It's just it's a thing that squirts water.
It's a spray bottle.
It's essentially a spray bottle.
It's a spray bottle with a nice hose.
Oh, it's a bladder. It's a spray bladder. It's not
That's
even
good.
a bottle.
You can roll it up.
Yeah,
Imagine putting liquor in that thing.
that would be weird.
You don't want to spray that up your ass.
Well, who's to say? Then you have the bio bidet. What is this? What is this ish? Lowe's has it. You can go to Lowe's, B-Dial, go to Lowe's, clean on the go to Lowe's.
Oh, there's a Lowe's right down the street from me.
Same here. Everything's right down the street from me. I live in Grand Forks. So look at this adjustable nozzle shit.
Adjustable nozzle. That's so you don't break it off while you're traveling.
Right? Look at that. It's travel.
What do you think that other people on a plane would feel about if you like whipped out your travel bidet?
Why
while you
is there
were,
a
like-
USB adapter?
Because that's how you
You
charge
can
it.
charge-
That's how you have to charge the travel bidet. You have to have a USB adapter.
Oh my god. Here's the thing, you can't have it full when you're on the plane. They're gonna make you dump it out.
It's only $39.
TSA is gonna make you dump it out.
Well, I mean, you can't. You'd have to fill it on. Chris says that's cheaper on Amazon.
From public restrooms to your travel, stay clean with and comfortable with a dual speed option, regular and soft, and an easy refill battery.
Wow.
Does not require batteries, chargeable through USB.
There's
cable.
there's a really interesting part of me that thinks I should buy one of these before I go to England.
Right. 230 milliliter reservoir.
Well, that's enough
That's
for one
enough.
shot up your butt.
Yeah. Sure. And then here's your other bidet assortments.
What's that one
Oh.
down the bottom there? That just looks like a spray can with a like nozzle that you shove up your butt.
With this one here, the blue one,
Yeah.
the blue, it's a portable bidet. It's another portable bidet.
But that looks like it's way smaller.
I like the luxury handheld bidet. It's basically just it's the thing
It's
you
a
wash your
hose
dishes
nozzle.
with. Yeah, it's the thing you wash your dishes with. It's on your sink in the kitchen.
That's a weird way to use the one inside your sink at your kitchen.
Well, I don't judge. Anyway, hey, it's me and
Oh,
Sammy
there's
again.
Sammy again.
There's Sammy again. I don't know why I switched off that. There we go.
I did not know that there was such a thing as a travel bidet. Holy crap.
Well, now that's kind of a there has to
Holy
you-
crap.
but you
No,
can,
pun not intended. Definitely not intended on the pun.
and they have YouTube videos about the best travel bidets
How
or
to
how
use
to
them?
use the Boss Mini travel bidet.
Oh, wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached a new level of awesomeness.
Like, I feel like I could just buy a really small, like, there had to be like smaller, like water bottles that you would put like on a bike or something that you can use to spray water up your ass.
Like the old hockey water bottles that have the nozzle to it. Just spray that one.
yeah.
There you go. All right. Speaking of shit, let's get
Are we
the
going to
injury-
injuries?
Let's go to the injury report.
Oh, that was a good segue.
Yeah, you know,
That's what you do best.
I am balance on a segue.
Oh yeah. Who's down and out with some blues? Maybe some black and bruised. It's the Face Off Hockey Show injury reports.
I will say, if Blog Talk Radio can't get us a bidet sponsorship, they are not listening to our show.
There are a lot of people that are listening to our show, though.
God bless. God bless every one of you. Matt Zuccarello, newly of the Dallas Stars, gets traded first game in, scores a goal, breaks his arm.
Oh, that's
He's
so
out
bad.
4 weeks. The team said it's a clean break, though, and they just put a plate in there, and it'll help it heal faster. So if it was something less than a clean break,
Like some good china, or
yeah, good China.
just throw any type of plate in there.
Put any plate.
You should be fine.
The plastic plates you can reuse. It's great. So there we go. Josh Morrissey, lower upper body injury. He's out till mid-April for your Winnipeg Jets, who we'll talk about here in a minute. Carter Hart, lower body injury. He is week to week. We're getting closer.
Here it comes.
We got 2 more goalies to go.
Here it comes.
2 more goalies to go.
I mean, Ty Conklin should be. Well, not sorry. Shit, what's his name?
Michael
The guy they
White.
just traded for
Oh,
from the Oilers.
oh, Cam Talbot.
Cam Talbot, otherwise
Yeah.
known as New Ty Conklin.
Dude, Ty Conklin.
He should be playing this week at least. That ties the record, right?
It would, and this would be the half. Then we would see who they would bring up in April. We still got like 6 weeks left of the season. They can get 2 or 3 more goalies in there. James Neal also lower body injury week to week. Odd that a lower body injury puts him out and not losing 7 teeth.
Yeah.
What can you do? Some suspensions. Connor McDavid suspended 2 games for a hit to the head of Nick Leddy. That's right, Connor McDavid.
Boom.
Suspended.
He wanted
he'll
to be out longer, I'm sure.
Right. He is he's back tonight on the ice for the Oilers. Radko Gudas suspended for 2 games for a high stick on Nikita Kucherov. Not shocking, not shocking. Zdeno Chara will not get a suspension for his shoulder to the head of Evander Kane. And Evander Kane's been on a Twitter rampage, adding the NHL and putting 3 blind mice on there, saying he just watched Bird Box and it's an intriguing movie. All this stuff about how the NHL doesn't care about Evander Kane.
Yeah, because
Or
they
gets
don't
to the
read their
head.
Twitter account.
That's true. They read their Instagram account. He should have just tagged him on Instagram. Oh, geez, what can you do, right?
I have not seen this, but I'm going to believe that Zdeno Chara's shoulder is probably at Evander Kane's head. Like, no matter what.
It's true. I don't think you're too far off.
So even if he just tried to hit him straight up, he's going to hit him in the head.
You're right. So don't run into his head. Like, he's coming. Why do that?
Well, why did Evander Kane run into Zdeno Chara's shoulder?
He was trying to go around the back of the net with the puck as he is one to do, and Zdeno Chara's shoulder hit him in the head.
Oh, I mean, force works in both ways.
Yes, it does.
By the way, did you see that they're naming the physics lab after,
after
Mr. Hughes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Funny
great.
thing is, I thought he died.
Yeah, I did too at first. I was
I'm like,
this is
why
kinda
are you
messed up. What's
dedicating?
going on?
What are you dedicating him to? Wait, did he die? And then
And I was
"Oh,
like,
no."
why have we not heard about
Yeah,
this?
exactly. I'm like, I'm sure that'd be a bigger deal,
Yeah, how's this the way you decided to tell all the alumni?
right? And it was a black and white photo too. I'm just looking for dates at the bottom.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Anyway, where do I want to go? Travel days. That's where I can go to my Patreon on. That meant. It's Patreon time. It's Patreon time. If you want to become a patron, go to patreon.com/faceoffhockeyshow. We've got tiers, like tiers of a clown.
Oh.
And you could pick which one, and you get little, a lot, whatever you want to do. We sometimes do secret shows, which we should probably set up here soon. And yeah, you can go there. It helps us, helps the show, gets us buying new computers, new stuff, and cocaine. Wait, what?
Nothing. Just keep going.
Yeah, patreon.com/faceoffhockeyshow. Be like Chris, Matthew, Damon, Mark, Trista, Mitch, Ethan, Kevin, Jeff, Brian, Angela, and Sean. They all contributed. You can too. Patreon.com/faceoffhockeyshow. So, one of the things you can get in our big $5 footlong tier, which, by the way, they got rid of the $5 footlong.
Why?
It's
Was it
costing
too
money.
easy to calculate?
Yeah, pretty much. Then taxes and minimum wage going up. So you could pick what we talk about in this segment. People decided to pick, oh God, why? Oh, computer. People decided to pick talking about teaching teams history lessons.
Wow.
And here's why. And the Jets are a two-time defender this week. So on Saturday, the Arizona Coyotes retired Shane Doan's number in a 90-minute ceremony.
That's awesome.
It's egregious.
It's fantastic. Shane Doan deserves every minute.
I guess.
Just for staying with that team.
Just for staying with that team and be one of the low-key dirtiest players in the game. Like the Ric Flair of the NHL.
That's fine. I'm okay. I'm okay
Except
with
he
that.
never won a championship, much less 16.
That's fine. I'm still okay with it.
Before the game, the Winnipeg Jets wore number 19 jerseys with Doan on the back.
It's interesting considering that they weren't part of the same organization.
Well, I was also going to say that like he was never a Thrasher, so I don't understand what that problem is.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. And then on Tuesday, they had an alumni night.
Okay.
Brought back old WHA players. Again, none of these WHA players played for the Thrashers.
So both of their egregious mess ups occurred in the same week.
Yeah, happened 3 days after each other.
What jerks. That's why I put the Thrasher on there.
Right? You should have. This is what bugs me the most. The Winnipeg Jets, as they are currently constituted, are not the Winnipeg Jets that Teemu Selanne and Bob Essensa and Dale Howard-Chuck are on.
That's true.
Bobby Hall wasn't on those Jets teams.
Nope.
Alf Nielsen wasn't on those Jets teams.
Nope.
Jim Kite wasn't on those Jets teams.
They're in Arizona.
They're all in Arizona. This is not a Cleveland Browns situation where the city gets to keep the records and then basically the Baltimore Ravens are an entirely new team.
This is a new Jets.
This is
old Jets.
Come together under one logo. And they moved to the southeast. So the Winnipeg Jets is currently constituted. Should have trotted out Danny Heatley. Should have trotted out Damian Rhodes.
Kari Lettinen.
Kari Lettinen. Our buddy Ole Kavasha mentioned Nat Dominicelli. Ray Ferraro begrudgingly does it because he's there for a TSN game anyway.
That's true.
All the
and Ray
Warriors.
Ferraro's kid who didn't even play, but I mean, we saw him at the All-Star game that one year.
Exactly. Doing great. So that's who they should trot out for alumni night. All the old Thrashers, because your team is the Thrashers, Winnipeg. Don't you goddamn dare forget it.
Yeah, but that's not nearly as sexy as saying that you're the Jets.
When you're a Jet to the end, unless you move to Phoenix, and then you're a Coyote.
That's true.
That's a deleted scene from West Side Story.
So, but what other teams do this? I feel like the Jets are the one team that really does this the most. Because they don't want to tell people that they are part of the Thrashers.
Well, you could be like the Avalanche and just not care about where you came from or where you were. There's no Lanny McDonald night. There's no Hardy Astrom night. They don't tote back Don Cherry as the former Colorado Rockies head coach, nor do they give two shits about the Stastny brothers. They don't give two shits about Stefan Fiset, even though he played for the Avalanche. They still don't care about him.
No, it started with Patrick Waugh.
Yeah, that one year Ron Hextall was there. They don't mention that at all.
Nope.
The Avalanche completely hate the Quebec Nordiques. They completely hate them.
Good.
Are you a burn the ships mentality of once you move to a new city, everything else is dead?
Well, I mean, it depends, really, right? If you're a separatist colony like Quebec, then I say, yeah, screw that shit. You know, like you moved on, you've moved to a new place. Well, okay, so I'm gonna say that was mean. Sorry, I'm sorry, Quebec. I'm going to say that I think Colorado is different. And the reason that I say that is because Colorado, if I remember correctly, won the Stanley Cup like the first year that they were in Colorado.
Correct.
So they created their own like brand in
Culture.
Colorado, and they don't have to look back at the Nordiques and be like, look how great we were at one point.
That's fair.
So I think that they are their own entity. And that's kind of why they don't go back toward the Nordiques. God,
It's close. It's a tough name to say.
ugh. But I also see the Jets' point of view, and they're like, Atlanta sucked. So that's kind of why they don't want to talk about the Thrashers at all, I feel.
That's fair. I mean, what about the New Jersey Devils? Don't talk about the Rockies or the Scouts, which I think they should.
I feel like that's a time issue, though. I feel like it's been too long.
What about the Dallas Stars?
See, the Dallas Stars miss opportunities in order to market themselves with the Minnesota North Stars. I think that they kind of screw that up. I think they might be the one that I'm most pissed off about, that they just decided that, like the Minnesota North Stars didn't exist.
Okay, that's fair.
But I would bet that if the Minnesota Wild didn't exist, that the Dallas Stars would identify more with Minnesota than they do now. Meaning they would probably do more things Minnesota's North Stars related if the Wild weren't a thing.
That's true.
That's an interesting point, because by the time they won their first Stanley Cup in '99, the Wild were literally a year or two. They had already been announced as an expansion team. So that's an interesting scenario you have there.
Good take. That's the best drop in you've had yet.
Exactly. That is a warm, toasty take right there. Oh, warm, toasty take. Now the Devils are an odd situation. The San Jose Sharks, they were bore of the Minnesota North Stars. And they also were bore of the Cleveland Barons. The San Jose Sharks could be the most interesting team to be just basically inbred as a motherfucker. Now, if you don't know
that happened, I don't know.
So
the gun comment about them all having long hair,
kind of the Gunn brothers, Gund, who owned the city of Cleveland. They owned the Cleveland Barons, but they wanted to move to Minnesota and take over they wanted to take over the Minnesota North Stars. So then they disbanded the Cleveland Barons and brought the good guys to the North Stars, I think, and then the Barons then died. And then the North Stars had they owned the Seals. Hold on, I got to bring this up because it's very fucking polluted.
It sounds like a shrubbery and not so much a tree.
Oh,
right,
yeah,
exactly.
I was gonna say it sounds like a trade tree.
It's actually it goes in. It goes in. It's like a cold water tree. It goes inside. I should just run Jen in here and.
How's Jen feeling?
Better. She goes for an appointment tomorrow.
It's good.
See what's up. So, all right, the Cleveland Barons. They were the California Seals. Okay, and then they moved to Cleveland in 1976. And then the Guns tried to buy the Coliseum they played at, but then merged with the Minnesota North Stars because of financial difficulties for the North Stars part and the Barons. So they merged the two franchises, and the Guns were the majority owners. And then the Guns later decided they wanted to move the Stars, and then they became the inaugural owners of the San Jose Sharks, which was kind of weird because they were still owners of the North Stars. So there was a dispersal draft and an expansion draft in the same day for the North Stars and then the San Jose Sharks. So ipso facto, the San Jose Sharks are actually a direct lineage of the California Seals, and they do hold California Seals nights.
That's pretty cool.
That's an interesting combination to have Seals and Sharks in the same place.
It's a very, very dangerous. Very dangerous.
I've heard sharks eat things.
Yeah, they do. They eat seals, in fact. How about that? I'm trying to think of other teams that have moved. The Atlanta Flames. The Flames do take a little bit of Atlanta with the at least the logo.
I mean, Houston will have a team soon.
Right, and then Quebec City will have another team. I wonder if they'll honor the Ottawa Senators' heritage. Yeah. Interesting times ahead. So there's that. So I don't know. What do you think? Should teams agree with their heritage? Should teams have their heritage spoken about from the past? Yay or nay?
I think that history should move with the team.
Okay.
In all situations.
So the Jets are the Jets now are the Thrashers.
Yes.
Okay.
They're not the Jets.
They're not the Jets.
So what about the Cleveland Browns?
I would have said that the Cleveland Browns history came to Baltimore, and then if they started a new team, they could still call them the Cleveland Browns. The name and everything can be there, but then they just start their own history. They're an expansion team.
Plus, why would you want the Cleveland Browns of prior's history? Aside
I mean,
from
could you imagine how quickly the Baltimore Ravens just destroyed all of the historical
right,
significance of the Cleveland Browns?
it'd be amazing. Fun times.
They'll
So
be
there you
like
go.
Elvis Grbac threw 15 touchdowns this year. He is the all-time winningest quarterback in our history.
He passed Bernie Kosar. Oh man, there we go. I think the history goes with a team, and I think the team should fucking deal with it. Deal with the fact that the Winnipeg Jets are the Thrashers. Don't
I think it should be part of the deal, right? I mean,
I agree.
Owners have to sell the franchise, make it so that either it's like the Hartford Whalers got to keep their logo, the city of Hartford got to keep that. I'm sure it wasn't part of the deal, but the city of Hartford.
Well, they actually they own the trademark.
They own the trademark. But my point is, you should be able to say, look, this is a rich. Like, imagine if I don't know, down the road the Penguins leave, right? Down the road. There's no way all those championships are going to go to the new city that they go to. Pittsburgh would never allow that.
They would riot.
That's an interesting point. Has there been a team that's moved that had championship and still NBA? I think that's about it, right? I know NBA franchises like acknowledge the old, like the Washington
Brooklyn Dodgers.
The Washington. Oh, that's true too. The Wizards still count the Baltimore Bullets championships as theirs.
That's true.
They just renamed the Baltimore Bullets. Yeah.
I think the Sacramento Kings have the Kansas City Kings championships.
Let's be honest, though. Is a trip from Baltimore to DC does it really warrant a clean slate? It's just down 95, like 25 miles.
Yeah, but true. It takes you 5 hours in those 25 miles, though.
True.
It's almost like going somewhere else.
I have a feeling that if you bought like a shitty team and you moved them out of the city, you should have to keep all the history as well.
Yeah, I think you have
like
to.
You shouldn't be able to leave that and just be like, "Hi, I took your team, but you keep all the other stuff I don't want."
Exactly. You keep all this other garbage.
Like, did the Indianapolis Colts take all of the like Super Bowls or I think the Colts won before the Super Bowl actually existed, but the NFL championships that Johnny Unitas won, or did that stay in Baltimore? I think that stayed with they tried. The Ravens try to say that Johnny Unitas is part of like the Ravens organization.
Well, sure, they put a statue up for him.
That's more of a Baltimore thing, though. I don't think that's a like Ravens thing.
Nope. The Baltimore, the Indianapolis Colts count 1970 Super Bowl V as theirs.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
I think you should have to take it.
Yeah. Much as people hate it, you have to take it.
Yeah. I mean, you did it to the city. So
it's true. All right. There you go, kids. Thank you. That was a good topic, everybody. It's good talking points. Hashtag talking points. The Ottawa Senators are doing things and not the best way. So the trade deadline came and gone, and remember 2 years ago? 2 years ago, the Senators
the Senators were like one game away from making it to the Stanley Cup Finals?
One goal away.
Oh.
Because they lost in overtime because Chris Kunitz decided to do something. Since then, here is what the team has done. There is your Ottawa Senators team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys on that team still with the Ottawa Senators.
I like all the additional jerseys, but I especially like the Hawaiian shirts.
The Hawaiian shirts are good for the retirements. I like those. Those are well done.
And I like the guy in the front who has
Chris
the
Neal.
board shorts on. I thought that was Chris Neal.
Chris Neal just hanging with a Heineken in his hand or a Rolling Rock. I don't know what it is. It's a green bottle.
They still have both goal. Well, no, they have one goalie. The other one's in Binghamton.
Exactly. No, a Bellevue, sir. They're in Bellevue now.
Oof.
In Ontario. Belleville, Ontario. So yeah, that's the turnover for your Ottawa Senators. Only Mark Boretsky, Zach Smith, Cody Ceci, JG Pajot, Craig Anderson, and Bobby Ryan. They've been trying to get rid of Ryan and Smith and Ceci for a while. So come back next year when no one's on this team.
Wow. That's awful.
It's an amazing thought. And then also coming around the mountain today, was word that. By the way, also some breaking news for the injury front.
Okay.
Jake Gardner week to week with a back injury for the Maple Leafs, and
the Maple Leafs are falling apart at the wrong time.
Yeah, Andrew Cogliano is upper body injury. He's going to miss his first game in 12 years due to an injury. The other time was due to suspension.
Oh man.
So there we go. Also, the Ottawa Senators mediation for a new downtown rink in LeBreton Flats, unable to reach a settlement. The mediators failed, and it looks like the collapse of the project's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen.
That's so awesome.
Congratulations.
Wow. How quickly can they get to Houston?
Dude, I think they're going Quebec City first, and then Arizona will go to Houston, or somebody else. Will go to
Quebec City and then Houston.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 for 1. It's going to be boom. But they have my travel agent. They're going to go northeast before they go down in southwest. Eugene Melnick said of the collapse, "We are devastated that our dream has been shattered. However, we will not let our vision die or allow our enthusiasm to be diminished by this ill-fated experience. More than ever, we are determined and committed to explore the alternative approaches and central locations that could accommodate a world-class hub. We are here for the long term and want to a world-class venue where Ottawans, weird, will live, work, play, and enjoy the best the city has to offer. The people of Ottawa deserve this." Bill Daly said, "We have been in touch with Eugene, and we certainly support his efforts to find a new long-term home for the Sens in Ottawa."
Oh. It's a good thing he said in Ottawa.
Yeah. So there you go. The LeBreton Flats. The Frats. Now
no wonder they got kicked off campus.
Double secret probation. So there's that news for your Ottawa Senators. Gary Bettman toured the North Carolina State University stadium for a possible outdoor game. Pretty cool news. Pretty big news. Gary Bettman also said he's all about that sweet celebration that the Carolina Hurricanes do. And he was spitting like Dylon from the P Diddy show. He was spitting hot fire.
I appreciated the Hurricanes mentors celebrating after the game and playing hide and seek.
Indeed.
That was good.
Gary Bettman said, "I happened to talk to some players this morning about it, and we had a fun conversation. The players enjoy it. That's important. The fans enjoy seeing it. To me, that's the most important element as to what goes on after a game when there's a win. I consider Don Cherry a friend, and I respect him, but we can agree to disagree on certain things. The fact is how fan bases connect with our game evolves over time. What might work in original Six City might not work in a city or market that's newer to the game. Think back to the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim on opening night and Wild Wing propelling from the rafters. People said, 'Oh my, how could you do that?' Think about Nashville with the chants and the rituals they have involving country music. And involving country music.
Oh,
there's
I was like, hold on. Pretty certain none of that's country music.
It's the cult of Big and Rich. That's different. Think about what goes on now in Las Vegas. What each team does to connect to its fans is going to be tailored to the fans in their market. As long as people are involved and feel good about it, then who's to complain?"
Wow.
Gary Bettman, right on the money.
It's dead on. I can't wait until they mandate all 31 teams celebrate after games next year.
32 teams in a couple years.
Oh,
remember that. We got Seattle in this bitch.
God, I thought I actually missed the Predators chant after goals when they're like, "Save a horse, ride a cow."
Exactly. Friends in a low place.
That's after intermissions.
Oh no! I did it, Johnny. I came up with something amazing.
Okay.
All right. So, as great as Milwaukee is as a market, the Nashville Predators moved their AHL team to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and then that way, every time they call a player up, they can be calling Baton Rouge.
Oh God, I love it. Actually, it's fantastic. And you don't think that that's going to get old because it won't. But every time somebody gets hurt, the announcers could be like, "Oh, that looks like a bad injury. Looks like they'll be calling Baton Rouge."
And then the chorus hits.
And then if they ever win the Stanley Cup, they're definitely not going down until the sun comes up.
Oh, Papa loves Mama. I don't know what goes into it. The thunder rolls and the lightning strikes.
Yeah, so that would be when they play the Lightning in the Stanley Cup Finals,
right? Oh, that's almost as good as Heads Carolina, Tails California.
It's like it rolls itself.
It does. Oh God. What are other Garth songs? All right. There was an outdoor game that happened this weekend.
Really? Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Gritty was streaking.
I was gonna say the only thing people remember about it is Gritty streaking and asking why his belly button turns different colors.
And he ziplined into the stadium, and Bailey the lion was butthurt because they tweeted that in previous stadium series mascots were not allowed near the ice.
Really?
Yeah. And they were angry that they were like, is Gritty not following the rules, or does he just get special treatment?
He obviously gets special treatment.
I mean, it was extremely bitter from Bailey.
Wah. Over it. Dumb lion.
Just get on. I mean, I'm sorry, but you've been Bailey. You're not top mascot anymore.
No, you're not the new hotness. You're old and busted, son. Also, the New York Islanders ahead of the game against the Toronto Maple Leafs at Nassau Coliseum.
Oh no!
I guess a local news station or something put out a little dumb fan video about people who were hurt by John Tavares' leaving. Have you seen this?
Do I want to?
No, it's okay, cringy.
Good. I don't want to watch it then.
It's got a guy holding a baby. It's got a little like a millennial child.
Yeah, I don't care that much.
By the way, MSNBC, great job not picking this game up. Great freaking job. It's on the ESPN Plus. Great. Thank God.
I have ESPN Plus, technically through someone else, but
perfect. Then you can watch it. I
don't really want to.
Okay, I've got the center ice package, so I'm good to go.
I do appreciate all of the Toronto Maple Leafs fans that are like, this is what we did when Matt Sundin came back, and everybody's like, go fuck yourselves.
It's like, yeah, no, cool. You guys actually traded him like willingly. It's fine. Apparently, the Long Island people feel they're owed something, and honestly, look at them; they're better off. They're above the Maple Leafs.
I appreciate how this game's being played in the Coliseum, though.
Oh yeah, this is the thing that Mark hated because of the fact that they changed venues. So,
no, I appreciate this. I think that this is getting exactly what it deserves. Right back in the shitstorm with all the Islanders fans that weren't going to travel to Barclays Center anyway, that are probably the most pissed off that Tavares left. Oh yeah, make that happen, Islanders.
I would love it.
While you're trying to fight for the playoffs. Actually, I guess you're really in first place in the Metro still.
Yeah, I think you guys are good. By the way, can we talk about Jordan Binnington for a bit? Do you mind?
Is he the St. Louis goalie?
Yeah, he's tremendous. You want to talk about Jake Allen have a seat, son? So, Jordan Binnington became the fourth goaltender in NHL history to win each of his first 7 career regular season home starts. He is also 15-2-1 this season with a 149 goals against and a 942 save percentage.
Wow.
He's okay.
He's pretty good. Pretty good. And the Jets are now 12-1-1 in February. Ties
the Blues.
The Blues.
Okay.
I don't know why I said Jets.
It's like, wow, that took it quickly.
No, the Jets are claiming the Blues history too.
That sounds about right. Actually. The Jets gets anyone's history when they're having good times.
Exactly. So the Blues on a hot streak, dead to rights. Craig Berube righting the ship, which is something I never thought I'd hear myself say again.
Oh, I mean, it's probably different though when he first walks in and says, "All right, any of you guys that play like shit has to fight me. Let's go."
Oh man,
that would turn around any ship.
That would.
I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight Craig Berube now.
No, not at all. The by the way, the Tampa Bay Lightning have 100 points on the season.
Oh.
Their goal differential is plus 82.
They're good. They're good.
Yeah. Too bad they're not going to win the Stanley Cup this year.
Oh,
That's a damn shame.
Sucks.
They'll be running away with the President's Trophy. That's for sure. The St. Louis Blues are currently 3rd in the Central. How? How?
Weren't they last after 20 games in the entire West?
Yeah. They are now 6 points clear of a wild card. So they're 3rd. They're just locked into 3rd.
That's awesome.
How about that?
It's a great story.
Jordan Binghamton, all up in this bitch. All right. We'll wait for Lyle Richardson.
Speaking of old Ottawa Senators, do you still
Sure.
think that Andrew Hammond gets free Big Macs?
Oh, Johnny, thank you for bringing up this point. Ladies and gentlemen, Burger King put out a weird tweet today. Burger
I didn't
King
even see it.
Good, perfect. So I'm trying to if this fucking computer. My God in heaven. No, I don't want you to talk about my account. I want to see my page. Oh, this is a travesty. So Burger King put out a tweet saying something of
This is about the hockey mask. I did see it, I
the
think.
goalie mask, yeah.
Yeah.
About, hey bud, tell you something. So they tried to speak in hockey lingo, wasn't all that great. Not shocked. Shocked, not shocked. So it goes, wow, what the fuck is up with my mouse today?
Yeah, that's us.
There we go. So there we go. Hey, bud, get your gatekeeper to rock this lid during the game, and the whole crowd gets a free Whopper to sell. Blah, blah, blah. So it's the Burger King Kingman mask. Looks like a Dave Art thing. And then you got all these like the ECHL and AHL teams and Cam Johnson. And here's Andrew Hammond. For the meme of all memes, Andrew Hammond just going ahead and looking at the thing and the hay and the what.
Wow.
And then Burger King's like tight.
But I thought he was supposed to get, maybe he didn't get all the McDonald's that he was for life. Maybe they backed out on the deal.
That'd be amazing. So there's a thing here where you could put this guy in the thing. Screw the Whopper. I don't like the Whopper. Give me the chicken nugs. Give me some sweet nugs. It'll be good to go. But that's just me.
All right. Interestingly painted helmet.
Yeah.
They could use that at the Black Bears games.
That'd be great. Oh, bro. Anywho. Yeah, so there we go. There's Andrew Hammond talking about, hey, this shit's weird. Shit's weird. Waiting for Lyle Richardson. Mark has stepped back from the mic.
Oh, the mute.
I didn't see what happened.
He's talking to people.
Gotcha. I'm trying to bring out the trade deadline. What did you think of the trade deadline? Did you watch any of the trade deadline?
No. I did pull up the TSN website, and the TSN website says this video is not available in your region. And I went, all right, well, fuck it. I'm going to NBC Sports then.
How'd that go?
So I read Sean Leahy's scroll of the trade deadline and all the trades.
How about that?
Did not watch any videos. I'm sure I could have just tapped into my Slingbox and watched NHL Network, but I didn't really care that much.
Mm-hmm.
I knew the Caps weren't going to make any deals, so
they made 2.
Well, not on the trade deadline.
Well, not on the trade, before the trade deadline, sure.
Yeah, They were already done by the time that Jensen deal went through. So
I was gonna say they did get their defenseman though. They got
as
their
always.
defenseman, as they are wont to do. They got their defenseman.
Yes. And he's wearing number 3, and he's a right-hand shot. He looks a lot like Sylvain Cote out there.
Who my buddy Vern was talking to Sylvain Cote at an Ocean City bar, and then I realized how conservative he was. By conservative, I mean just his ideology.
Yes, I'm sure.
We got some things and stuff. Caps also traded for Carl Haglund, the speedy. Was he Swede? I don't know.
He is Swedish.
Good. Where's his visor? Like literally above his helmet. He looks like an outfielder because his visor's all the way up on his forehead. Some weird shit. Speedy motherfucker though, so we got that going for him.
Still scoring big goals against the Caps.
Big goal Hags.
In the first game that he played, he had a great deflection over Holtby's shoulder.
Nice.
Or it might have been Copley. I forget which one it was, but
forgot where he was at, wasn't he? Then he started celebrating. That was the weirdest part. All right, we welcome in Lyle Richardson from SpectresHockey.net, who I'm sure was a busy man on Monday with all these mid-level deals going on.
First and foremost, though, before we get into the hockey, how's your shoulder?
Oh, the monkey's doing very well, Johnny. Thank you. Thanks very much. Yes, it's doing very well. It got hoisted several times on Monday night.
Lyle, can I ask why the Ottawa Senators didn't want to do a big package deal for Duchesne and Dzingel instead of these 2 separate smaller deals? I am just like, why not do this in the first place? Why not just do the whole shebang rather than do it a day after each other?
Probably. I don't know. Maybe a little too complicated. Maybe the Senators were looking at some other options to send to Dzingel as well. Maybe they were. My guess is they were listening to other offers for him as well. That they figured the one with Duchesne was the best one they were going to get. With two pretty good prospects and a first for sure, which was important. They had to get a first round pick, as you know, having traded away the one for this year to Colorado in the deal that brought Duchesne to Ottawa in 2017, and so that was important to get that plus a conditional, which gets interesting because if the Blue Jackets pick ends up being a top 3 pick in the lottery, then this one defers to 2020, and then So
let's be honest. What are the odds of that happening, though?
Oh, I know, but it's
well, they'd have to not make the playoffs first.
Well, they'd have to. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, you got to first not make. Which, tell you the truth, not looking very good for the playoff hopes right now. I mean,
Wouldn't it be awesome if they made all these trades and didn't make the playoffs?
Oh my god! And
I would love it. It would be so very Blue
Jackets. You mentioned that because that is going to be the topic of my next piece for Featured.io tomorrow. Basically, the big gamble that they're taking because they gutted their prospect, or not their prospect, but their draft pick cabinet for this year. I mean, they may as well not even show up at the draft. They just have their 3rd and the Flames 7th, and that's it. Now, I'm sure they'll do some wheel and deal, and they're going to go to the draft. They'll do some wheel and deal. Maybe they'll pick up some picks along the way, but they really got it. And next year, they don't have a 2nd, they don't have a 3rd, and it's possible, as I said again, based on the conditions, they could also lose their 1st to Ottawa in 2020. So this is going to get real interesting. You talk about a roll of the dice by Jarmo Kekalainen. On the one hand, as they would say in the 40s, I admire his moxie because, as I would say now, he's got balls as big as church bells because that was a ballsy move.
There are no church bells anymore.
Sure we do. There's church bells.
Yeah, our church bells.
Heathens live. Good God, man. Yeah.
Can they trade all their draft picks for Ricky Williams?
Ooh, that'd be great. And then get John Tortorella come in a dreads wig. That'd be even better.
Oh, even better. But I mean, honestly, if they don't make the playoffs, or only, or if they do, but bow out again in the first round. And then if they can't sign Duchesne, because we know Panarin and Bobrovsky are gone. They're going. They are
Love, peace, and
departing.
hair grease.
They are out of there. They're out of Columbus. But the thing that I liked about the Duchesne deal for the Blue Jackets was, you know, hey, you take the money you were going to invest in Panarin, which was going to be a lot, and you can invest nearly as much towards him. He'll be a more affordable signing. He's still going to cost you a lot. I figure around $9 million a season on a 7 or 8 year, on a 7 to 8 year deal. But, and that was part of it also as well. Duchesne is on their roster before the trade deadline, so they can offer him an 8-year extension if they want to keep him. Okay, if they had acquired him, you know, I think the deal was you have to be on the roster, something along that before that. Anyway, bottom line is they got him for they can offer him an 8-year deal, but it's going to cost a lot. But it won't cost anywhere near as much as it would have cost for Panarin. But if they don't make the playoffs or bow out in the first round, and then they can't sign Duchesne and Zengel, oh man, it's a nice day for a bloodletting, because that's what's going to happen in that front office.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's going to be ugly.
The other move for Dzingel, they moved Anthony Duclair, who's on the move yet again.
Something is really wrong with that guy.
I don't like, again, a kind of a case of a lot of talent, but
yeah,
what the hell is in the headspace?
Well, exactly. I mean, you know, he just. I think it's safe to say we can't blame it on Arizona.
No,
you'll say, well, you know, that's what happened, you know, with Max Domi,
and then you can make the excuse also he's playing for a hard ass coach like John Tortorella, and maybe their styles didn't clash. But then
but he didn't.
He was also in Chicago and
play well there. So
he didn't play well anywhere.
Yeah, and you got to well. This is, I think, a 20-game audition for him right now. It's like, you know, because he's a restricted free agent, I believe. Yes, a restricted free agent at the end of this season. And if he wants a job in the NHL next year, he had better impress big time over the next 20 games, because if not, he'll be continuing his career in Europe. Yeah, but it's a shame because, as you said, he's got the talent. 20 goals, 44 points in his rookie year. You know, same year as Max Domi debuted, and yet, yeah, Domi's taken off. I mean, 5 points last night, my boy, even though it was against Detroit, but still 5 points. And but whereas Duclair is just an afterthought. And remember, you know, those 3 years ago, they were the future of the Arizona Coyotes. So
he's put together a decent run though for nobody wanting him.
Who?
Duclair.
Oh yeah,
no.
Well, now I think this is the final terminus here. You know,
oh yeah,
he better play very well over the next 20 games.
Like we said, the Caps made some deals. Nick Jensen getting acquired. The defenseman box checked. The Cal Ripken Lake streak alive. And a 5th round for Mason Bowie, and a 2nd pick also Carl Hagelin to the Kings for a 3rd and a conditional 6th. The condition is that they play him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Your thoughts on this one? I mean, the Jensen right-handed shot, very unsuspecting defenseman. I will say, because he's probably in Detroit, I haven't heard too much about him playing NHL wise. And then they give him a 4-year contract extension as well. A little icing on the cake there for that. Good deal, bad deal, deal.
I think this is going to turn out to be a good deal for them. Jensen is, I guess you could consider, sort of a late bloomer. You know, he was sort of inconsistent coming into this season. In fact, he was a healthy scratch for the Wings on opening night. But since then, I mean, he was a reliable top 4 defenseman, right-hand shot, averaged about 20 minutes a game. So you know he's good for that as well. And addresses that need on the right-hand side, which you guys were talking about throughout the year, was that was going to be an issue for them. And I think they've addressed it. Yeah, he's kind of an unassuming guy, but they obviously like what they saw of him. I mean, they did their due diligence. They're not just going to hand over 4-year contracts to this guy, you know, unless they had done their due diligence with him. So I think it's going to work out well for them. And it's an affordable deal too. It's not like they, blew the wad there on him. So you know, good move.
Everybody in DC is talking about how Jensen's a quote unquote modern day defenseman. It's as if everyone's supposed to know what that means.
What?
That's what you say when you don't know what the fuck you're talking about when
Pretty
it comes to
much,
NHL
yeah.
defenseman. Oh yeah, no, Nick Jensen, good pickup. He's a modern day defenseman.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised.
what? As opposed to these guys who come out dressed like Eddie Shore in the 1930s. Yeah,
As opposed to Brooks Orpik.
Right, that's true. Fair,
Yeah.
fair
Okay.
point.
Okay, if you're gonna say it like in that context, okay,
If you're gonna be
fine.
that blunt about it, sure.
Because Brooks Orpik had his day back in the day when the game there was a time in the not too distant past when the game suited his style of play.
Before
hello,
cars.
hello, Carl Alsner, same thing. So yeah, but usually if you hear somebody, I put he's a modern defenseman right up there with he leads the league in puck touches. Yeah, yeah.
The biggest win for the Caps though must have been DSP not getting plucked off waivers.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
That's going to look genius. On day one of the playoffs, that move is going to look fantastic.
Well, as long as he brings it, I mean, you know, because DSP, yeah, he had some conditioning issues, and evidently they're still kind of plaguing him a little bit. But you know, he does have he will always have 2018, the spring of 2018 on his resume. So yeah, if he can regain that fire for this year, yeah,
the Bears are playing really well right now too.
Yeah, they are. We are also Bears.
We are also Bears.
I think it's like 13 or 16 or 17 straight games with a point in the game. I'm like, that's fantastic. Good for them.
That's a good run.
Probably means they're like, I don't know, like 6-0-10, but still, a point's a point.
It's fine. It's fine.
Other trades: Matt Zuccarello goes to Dallas, promptly breaks his arm.
Oh man, yeah. You talk about bad luck. I mean, before he did, he was having a very positive impact, a goal and an assist. I watched that game because I was really curious to see, you know, okay, how's he gonna fit in well with them because the Stars needed that second line scoring. Plus, I also wanted to see if the Blackhawks could kind of keep their surge alive. But yeah, I mean, no pun intended. That was a bad break both for Zuccarello and for the Stars.
No, Lyle, that's insult to injury.
Yeah, I know.
No, Lyle.
Are there holes in equipment? Like your elbow pads don't come down all the way to your like forearm, right?
There are gaps. Yeah. If it hits in the right spot, yowza.
Just bad luck.
Yeah, exactly. it really was, and that was the thing. He was blocking a shot too. It's not like he did it poorly, but it just hit the wrong spot in the equipment. Busted arm,
and whoops, there it is.
Yeah, well, he's out 4 weeks. They're hoping he'll be back. Well, that means he'd be back by late March. But are the Stars still going to be in playoff contention by then?
Well, not with the way the Blues are playing. Jesus Christ!
Oh my! Well, right now the Stars they're still hanging. The thing for the Stars now is they and the Wild are basically going to have to fend off the Avalanche, the Coyotes. There's still the Blackhawks lurking around there. You know, maybe Edmonton, though their playoff hopes I think are pretty much faded out. But there's still several teams there they got to fend off. So
yeah,
you know. Yeah,
there are like 14 teams that can make the playoffs.
Pretty much, yeah. And in the great turtle race that is the for the Western Conference wildcard berths, yeah. But St. Louis. I mean, right now the streak they've been on, they are almost. They're not hitting comfort level yet, but they're pretty damn close. Pretty damn close to where you can start seeing that X go beside your name in the standing box. They're getting closer to that.
X is going to give it to him.
X, yeah, X for the square. Yeah. Well,
circle gets a square.
There it is. Thank you. That's
more Blue Jackets. Keith Kincaid going from obviously Corey Schneider's winning games like it's 2014
Oh my
again.
Lord! Yeah,
and they're just like screw it. We're go with
and we
God.
got Mackenzie Blackwood there in the system. So hey, goodbye, Keith. The funniest thing was when I saw that trade happen, and there were actually people on Twitter going, "Oh my God, they're setting up to move Bobrovsky," and I'm like, "Are you out of your friggin' mind?"
With Keith Kincaid?
I'm like, "Are you kidding? Him and Korpisalo? Oh yeah, those are the two guys I want to go to battle with if I'm trying to get into the playoffs." Sure. Oh my God! I was like, guys, don't be so friggin' stupid. I know it's deadline day and everybody's punchy and waiting for big deals, but come on, Come on.
Well,
Come on.
Kincaid did get the Devils into the playoffs last year.
He did. He
Yeah.
did. To his credit, he did. But he's not having a good season.
He's
this
been
year.
in a relegation battle before.
Yeah,
Look,
That's true too.
but he's more of a depth addition, is what he is. I mean, if Korpisalo or Bobrovsky get hurt, or if they struggle down the stretch, well, then fine, you can grab him and throw him in there. It's more of an insurance policy than anything else, and I like it. You know, to have him there as your third stringer, I think that's a good move to make. But yeah, I just thought it was just really, really funny to see some people thought when that deal went down that Bobrovsky was about to get traded to Florida.
Well,
it would have
hey,
been
man.
awesome if that had happened, but there was no way. No, I'm like, come on, this is a team trying to get into the playoffs. They're not gonna be looking at Kincaid and Korpisalo as their guys to get them in.
Wow, I'm looking at haha fuck you options, and they're just like even I would be like, no, like why would anyone do that? Anyway, sorry. I'm looking at other like the let's see other big deals. Mojo on the move to Boston.
Mojo.
So Mark can hate him even more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's in Beantown with Boston. He and Brad Marchand buried the hatchet from their ugliness earlier this season when Marchand gave him a concussion for a high head. So
How adorable! How adorable!
Isn't that nice?
Yep. I got a text message from a friend that said that Mojo got traded to the Boston, and I go, thank God. Because all the talk was that he was coming back to the Capitals.
Oh, what? With who?
NHL Network was talking about that for 3 days straight.
Oh, they should have. No.
Yep.
No.
That's what I watch. I get home from work and I watch NHL Network before hockey.
Yes, but yeah, okay. Meanwhile, in the real hockey network, Sportsnet and TSN, nobody was talking.
That's all
about
I have is NHL Network.
I know.
I live in the United
I
States.
don't blame you.
There
If you had a choice, you would not waste.
Sometimes
your time with
Scotty
NHL
sends us stuff on Voxer, and then we listen to him talk about it.
Yeah. But no, nobody up here, none of the insiders up here tied him to coming back to the Capitals. Nobody. No, wasn't close. That ship sailed.
Penguins make a couple small deals. Chris Weidman and Eric Branson. Tanner Pearson on the move yet again.
Yeah. There's a guy that's got to kind of get his game back, and he knows it. I was reading the interviews with him in the Vancouver media. He knows he's got to, spouting the usual cliches that hockey players do when they know they got to get their game back on track. But he'll get the opportunity. But you had a golden one there with Pittsburgh, with, let's be honest, with some pretty good talent there to mesh up with, and it just didn't work for whatever reason. So right now, Vancouver's just thrilled that they got Goodbranson off their books. Canucks fans are thrilled over that, and I know that's kind of harsh, but the problem is that Goodbranson is, let's just be kind and say that the game has passed him by, just like it did Carl Alzner. He's too slow.
Yeah,
he's too
not
slow.
A modern player.
He's not a
defenseman.
modern defenseman. Yes, yes, he's not a modern defenseman. But let's be honest, the only reason why the Penguins made those moves for Goodbranson and for Weidman is because Dumoulin's got a concussion and Chris Letang got hurt. Now Letang's not going to be out as long as expected, but because he got taken out by the Ghost Bear RKO during the Stadium Series. Holy crap!
That was during Wayne Simmons' shift of terror.
Yes, when he knocked Dumoulin out of the game with a concussion. But I don't blame Letang for being pissed off with the Ghost Bear for that, because this is a guy who had neck surgery 2 years ago, and I know you guys, he's a Penguin. I know you guys don't really give a shit, but come on. I mean, it don't matter who you are. You come back from a neck injury and somebody goes and pulls an RKO on you.
No,
you're going to be
right.
a little bit pissed off.
Well, you're right. It doesn't mean fuck him. Get up, you pussy.
See, there you go.
Anyway,
there it is.
Fuck you flightless bird, you shitbag.
There we go.
Lucky he didn't kick you in the stomach, give you a stunner properly. Drink some beers, flip you off.
Gritty throws some beers over the glass.
Oh my god, that would be
just
awesome.
like just starts
That'd be
taking
awesome.
it in the middle of center ice.
Fuck off! That's Ghost Bears music.
That'd be amazing.
Actually, I would have watched the Stadium Series
Yeah.
game if that would have
we
occurred.
would have cared.
I just thought that, Goss's beer coming out of nowhere with the RKO. Well, that's the way the RKO works. You got to hit it coming out of nowhere.
Got
That's
it.
the way it works, baby.
True.
Literally, like by law.
Better than a big boot.
Yeah.
Who else? Oh yeah, Derek Brassard was on the move again to Colorado.
I thought that he was like the savior. He was supposed to be the best third line center in Pittsburgh's history.
Well, here we are.
Well, here we are. Now he gets the chance to prove himself as the best third line center in Avalanche history. Well, this gives him a chance. This is an audition as well for him as well. Listen, he's never going to get another 5-year, $5 million a season contract or 5.5 mil, however much it was. He's 31, going to be 32. That is not going to happen. But if he goes to Colorado and kind of regains his, his mojo, for lack of a better word, not a Marcus Johansson,
His swagger.
There we go. Yes, even better. If he regains his swagger, regains his moxie. I got moxie on the brain for some reason. I don't know.
Do you want to go to the Moxie's Bar and Grill, Lyle? Is that why?
Yeah.
Is there a Moxie's Bar and Grill out there?
He can get his groove
No.
back.
Actually, I don't want to. That's even better. Actually, I don't want to go to Moxie's. That's
I
just.
was going
That's
to say it's
just,
probably for the best that it's not
that's
out
just.
there.
That's just a bad version of the keg. That's all that is. So,
Right, and the cake's a bad version of a steakhouse.
Exactly, and that's what I'm talking about.
That's why you go to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse, especially in Airdrie, 130 Sierra Springs Drive.
There you go. And if I ever swing back out to Calgary,
that's so good.
if we actually ever head out there together one of these days, you'll have to take me there.
Oh, Lyle, I'll take you there. We'll stay to 4 a.m.
Awesome.
They close
Scotty
at
like half owns the place.
I got like 2 people there. Their jobs, I was told this week.
Yeah. Do they have a vape bar, a place to smoke your doobies?
Yeah, it's called Outside.
Good, excellent. I just wanted to make sure
It's
that there
called
was.
it's called Out Back, so you can just roll a fresh one.
No,
and
it's
just-
not
you go.
out back. It's Mr. Mike's.
Oh, right.
As soon as
That's
I said
right.
it, I was like, somebody's gonna.
You
come
know
with
what
the
they
Out
need
Back
to do?
steak
All right,
and
hold
fries.
on. All right, and I'm putting this out here for any Canadian
We're
steakhouse,
quick-witted here.
but especially for Mr. Mike's. On the back end of this Outback idea, Bloomin' Poutine.
What?
A Bloomin' Poutine, Lyle.
Isn't that what it's called on the way out?
No. Zing.
And there we go, right back to the travel.
There he
bidet.
is. Right to the travel bidet. You're not wrong.
There you go.
But Lyle, it's a giant potato like the ones I get at Space Aliens.
Right.
You crinkle it up and you put gravy and cheese curds all in it. You serve it as an appetizer. The Bloomin' Poutine.
Only at Mr. Mike's.
I'm putting it out there, Lyle. If they want to take it, they can take it. If they
You
want
can
to send
put
it
that
back,
with your horny lager.
yes, my Bighorn Lager, the one horny beer. There's 2 of them, but there's one. I don't know.
Just one's horny.
Yeah, just one's horny.
The other one got some.
Yeah. Something called a Bogdan Kesselvich was acquired by the Winnipeg Jets. There's no reason for it. I just wanted to say Bogdan Kesselvich.
You know, they got cream. They got creams for that. You know, that'll cure that. That'll cure that
hope
condition.
Wasn't
right
he
up.
in Harry Potter?
Sounds like yeah.
I tell you though, man, they get quite the arms race going on there between Winnipeg and Nashville at the trade dedeadline. I mean, holy crap!
I was just about to ask: because we talked about how the Columbus Blue Jackets are win now mode? Are the Predators kind of feeling that on a higher tier because of getting Michael Granlund and then Mr. Wayne Simmons?
Mm-hmm. Big time, big time. Mr. Poyle is once again all in. I like the Granlund deal. The Simmons deal, I mean, that is a straightforward rental. They're even if they like him, even if he plays well for them, they don't have the cap space to keep him. They really don't. They've got.
There was a comment about that Simmons deal from Comcast Philadelphia Sportsnet's producer to the Stars, John Brown, who said that now with acquiring Wayne Simmons and having PK Subban on the roster, the Nashville Predators are the hockey team for black people. John Brown's a black man. Just put that out there. And his hockey podcast called Brothers Talking Pucks is fantastic.
good, but
I-
that is a very awkward drop. That's all I can say.
Oh, please. Like, I'm anywhere any different, Lyle? You expect anything less from me?
Oh.
I'm just saying, Wayne Simmons and PK Subban, that would be true. That, yeah, they're the hockey team for black people. Shout out. Now, what's about this deal, Lyle? Go ahead.
Perfect segue.
What's about that deal anyway? Well, if for Mr. Brown, if they are the team for black people, enjoy it while it lasts, because he will only be with them until the end of June, and then he will be gone as an unrestricted free agent. The Predators right now, $74.5 million invested in 17 players. They cannot possibly afford Wayne Simmons unless they shed $5 million. And it's going to have to be more than that, but probably at least $5 million, and that ain't happening. Who are you going to shed? Ryan Johansson at $8 million? No. Philip Forsberg? No. Kyle Turris? No. Michael Granlund, who you just got? No. Much more talented. Victor Arvidsson? No, definitely not. $4.25 million a season? Are you kidding me? No. Nick Bonino? Maybe.
Nope.
Nick Bonino, $4.1 million? I don't know. And none of your defensemen, absolutely not. You're not going to trade one of the best anybody off the best defense core in the NHL. So Wayne Simmons is strictly a rental. Granlund, I like that deal. I mean, $5.75 million. They got him. He signed through next season. If he's and that's a good thing. He works for you this season, and if he plays well, then you've got all next year to lock him up to a contract extension. So I like that move. Interesting that the Wild went and acquired Kevin Fiala in return.
Yeah.
That's Paul Fenton in there. He, of course, he was the assistant GM there for many years with the Preds. Knows Fiala. He likes him a lot. I dare say he had a hand in drafting him. It'll be interesting, though, because Fiala, the knock against him, he's got the skills, but inconsistent. And let's face it,
injured a lot.
Yeah, well, when he had the broken leg, it was 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
That wasn't last year, was it?
No, it was
2017.
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2017.
When they made their cup run, because they were saying that he was supposed to come back for the playoffs.
That's right. Yeah, but he is really strong, but he's only 23. Still has time, or 22. My bad, 22. So, okay, fresh start, a chance to start anew. And can I just say, speaking of the Wild as an aside, that Charlie Coyle deal is starting to look really good for the Wild, because Ryan Donato is on fire out there. He has points in every frigging game. Collected 2 assists last night.
That's what happens when you let him play.
Yeah.
There's that.
Couldn't crack the Bruins roster for whatever reason. The Bruins didn't figure that. Here are the Bruins saying we need depth on the wing, which is why they went and got Johansson in the first place. We need second line depth. So, but Ryan Donato's not ready yet. Well, we'll trade him and get for Charlie Coyle to be our third line center. Which, don't get me wrong, I like that move too. Bring in Charlie Coyle for their third line center. But holy crap, man, Ryan Donato is just taking this opportunity, and he is running with it right now for the Wild. In part because of his play, they've won 4 straight.
Wow.
Coincidence? I think not.
I think not.
There's a little spark plug in there providing a little bit of extra boost that the Wild didn't have all of a sudden. A week and a half ago, they were on the verge of falling out of a playoff spot. Now they've moved up a bit. So they're still very much in this thing. But yeah, the Preds, though, definitely loading up. The Jets, absolutely. I mean, they tried to get Mark Stone. That cost, as we know, way too much. But I knew they were going to go after Kevin Hayes if they couldn't get Stone or Duchesne. And I think he'll be a good fit there. He's not going to be. I don't think he'll have the same impact that Paul Stastny did a year ago, because Stastny has more offensive skill. But he's not going. I don't think he's going to be a bad addition for them, though, either. He's got good skills. He's a big guy, but he's not overly physical. But he uses his size very well. To win puck battles, and tally on rebounds. So. Yeah, I think that was a good move on their part, and they loaded the hell up on depth defensemen too. Oh my god! which, when you find out that Josh Morrissey's out until early April, kind of explains why they loaded up. Kind of explains that.
What about that Mark Stone deal to the Vegas Golden Knights? And then promptly give him an 8-year deal.
Which, he signs it officially on March the 1st. It's supposed to be north of $9 million a season. And listen, we knew he was going to get paid anyway. I mean, he was making over $7 million a season, $7 million for this season on a 1-year deal. We knew it was going to be more, quite a lot more. But they're getting one of the best two-way forwards in the game. Mark Stone has always been very underrated, and it's just been in the last, I think, really in the last year and a half that he's really finally starting to garner the attention he deserves. This is a guy I think, should be a Selke nominee. He won't be because they always tend to favor centermen when they do their Selke voting, and they only have eyes for Patrice Bergeron. Not there's anything wrong with Patrice Bergeron because he is one of the greatest two-way players of all time, but there are NHL voters for the Selke. There are other players out there besides Patrice Bergeron.
No,
this is the
Lyle,
Bergeron trophy.
It kind of is, though. But when you think about now that Mark Stone's out west, he is not getting any votes.
Oh, now he's it was bad enough being in Ottawa where he wasn't getting enough attention. Now it's just like he's going to be.
He might as well be in the KHL.
But hey, I like this move. I like the move though for the Golden Knights. Again, they're not going to be I don't see them as a cup contender, but they're this move will definitely help them lock down a playoff berth, and they're going to be a tough team to play against. They're playing for the here and now, and Mark Stone is going to help ensure that they stay a playoff contender for the next several years. So good move by McPhee. GM strikes again.
But I've heard that they're no longer the Misfits.
No, they're definitely not. No, that title now is shifted to Carolina and the Hurricanes. Though they're known as bunch of jerks, but
yeah, they're jerks. They're not Misfits.
I love the fact that they projected that onto the ice last night. Bunch of jerks. They projected that onto the ice. That was fantastic.
The last time the team pulled together and celebrated after wins like this, it kept them in the city. And I'm talking about Major League. So.
Oh, you got to figure that's got to be playing on the team plane every now and again. Come on, he's got. But that they, at the end of the season, Tom Dundon should like cut a residual check to Don Cherry, saying thank you for giving us a rallying cry, you silly old plaid man, because they've just
sure as hell hope they don't have a picture of Don Cherry pulling off pieces of after every win.
No, it's a picture. No, it's a picture of John Cherry in his underwear, and every time they win, a piece goes back on.
Oh, there you go.
There's your motivation right there.
It's a different suit.
Yeah,
right, every day.
Yeah,
Lyle, a late move on Monday. Not a lot of people talking about it. I don't know why. Wayne Ferris to the WWE Hall of Fame. Your thoughts?
He's just a honky tonk man. He's cool. He's cocky and he's bad. Overhyped as hell.
World greatest intercontinental champion, Lyle.
No, he wasn't.
64 weeks.
Don't give a shit. No,
Name me a better intercontinental champion. Go.
Randy Savage.
7 of them. Name me 7 better intercontinental champions.
Okay, Pedro Morales.
Yeah.
Okay.
China.
The Magnificent Morocco.
Yeah.
Yep. Tito Santana.
Uh-huh.
Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Okay, now I can't accept that.
Oh yes, you can.
Why?
Oh,
he was the blues and rhythm and blues. I don't need that in my life.
No.
He teamed with the world's greatest one. The greatness shone off him. I'm giving that to Honky Tonk Man.
I can forgive
I'm
Greg
giving
Valentine.
Greg the Hammer Valentine's
you want
reigns
to
to the
cancel
Honky
those
Tonk
out?
Man.
Fine.
Lyle, there's like 18 more better intercontinental champions than the Honky Tonk Man.
Can we go search? What about Steven
Hart?
Regal?
Bret Hart.
Bret Hart. Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
I love how the WWE said he's the greatest. What are you doing with your induction? Stop.
Yeah, he's the greatest intercontinental champion of all. Well, no, he was the longest one. It just was a thing. Nobody even really thought of it until
he was the greatest
afterwards.
at burning bridges. That's for damn sure.
Chris says point to Lyle.
Point to Lyle.
Thank you. See?
God, is there any other moves that you like, Lyle, that jumped out to you?
No, I think we pretty much covered all of it. I mean, I thought it was a pretty good trade deadline. I mean, we weren't sitting there with all the main names off the board, and we were just, left with scraps. Unlike previous trade deadline. I mean, when Duchesne went on Friday, I thought, oh, here we go. And then Zuccarello and Zingle, and I'm like, here we go. And then Sunday, pretty quiet. And I was like, okay,
It's the day
Stone's
of
still
rest.
there. Like Stone's still there. Simmons is there, and it's like, okay, we got some decent names still on the board. So wasn't bad. But of course, as always, last minute. The one thing though that we subsequently found out, and it's going to be very interesting to watch going forward into the offseason. The Calgary Flames almost acquired Jason Zucker from the Minnesota Wild. And apparently there's people are trying to figure out why the deal fell through. And apparently it may have been that it was stuck too long in the central registry queue to the point where it missed the cutoff. But now Brad Treliving, of course, when he was asked on deadline day, how come you didn't make
My
any moves
dad
other
owns
for the
Boston
defenseman?
Pizza, he said. My dad owns Boston. I should have had that go through.
But he's like, oh, no, I'm very happy with my team. And listen, the Flames, they're a very good team, obviously. They're the best team in the Western Conference. They're still going to be in pretty good shape going into the playoffs. I'm more concerned about their goaltending, really, than their depth at right wing. But still, if they've been able to pull that off and get Zucker on deadline day, that would have given them a little bit more oomph. That would have made them an even tougher team to face in the playoffs. That firepower, would have been just a little more hotter. And that is what makes me wonder if they were that close at the trade deadline. Might they revisit the deal maybe the draft weekend in late June? Something I think worth watching. Because Paul Fenton is shaking up that team in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you look at it, in 6 weeks, you got rid of Nino Niederreiter, who, by the way, is one of the big reasons why the Hurricanes are doing as well as they are, because they put him alongside Sebastian Aho and just he's taken right off. They moved Charlie Coyle. They moved Granlund. The only one who was left out of that sort of Fab Four, you will, of Chuck Fletcher picks that were considered the part of their young core was Zucker. And you got to figure, Fenton saw enough, and he's been out. Now the return he got for Niederreiter, Victor Rask, that might still pan out down the road. But I mean, he's sidelined right now with injury, but he was struggling. After he almost sliced his hand off in a kitchen mishap training camp.
Whoopsie.
Maybe that might pan out for him, but he didn't. But in the short term, didn't do very well. But again, I can't say enough about the Donato. I mean. Now maybe this is just early hot streak, and then he'll cool off down the stretch. But if he doesn't, that could turn out to be a real steal for the Wild.
Yeah.
And if Fiala can regain his game, can finally play up to the projections that of being a scoring winger, then hey, that could be 2 for 3 there for Fenton. And then depending on what he could get from the Flames or from somebody else, because I got a feeling he's going to want to move Zucker before July 1st, because that's when his limited no-trade clause goes in. It's a 10-team no-trade list. So I definitely think if he's going to move him, he's going to move him before July 1st. So keep an eye on the Flames in that one.
Boy, the Oilers are getting just roofied and banged in the ass right now.
Well, that's what they get for bragging up about how much Connor McDavid was looking forward to his homecoming to Toronto.
Oh, he's going to be angry. He's going to be
furious. He's gonna play 30 minutes and eat the boards, and he's gonna single-handedly, and you just like,
that's right.
No.
Mikko Kostinen's in net. He's wearing an odd number, and he can't stop a puck to save his life.
Yeah. That's the lasting gift from Chiarelli as he was on his way out the door. That'll keep on giving, won't it? My God. Anyway, we've talked enough about the. I don't want to talk about them for a while. We've talked about them 3 times in the last 4 weeks, Scotty. I'm done with the Oilers right now.
All right, let's talk cover songs then. Keep that alive.
Absolutely. One of my favorite cover songs, I missed it last week, was "The Tide Is High" by Blondie. That's actually a cover song by a Jamaican group. It's really well done. I really like that one. It is. You hear the original? It's very good.
Does
Mr.
Milli
Jamaica's
Vanilli
gone.
count as a cover band?
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
I would say so. They
They don't cover what?
they're a karaoke band.
They're singing their own song.
No. Their lip sync challenge before lip sync challenge was cool,
That's a good one.
and lip sync challenge was never cool. Go away, Jimmy Fallon. Go far, far away from my
Lyle,
TV.
you could have just said that without the lip sync challenge. You could have just said Jimmy
True.
Fallon, go far,
True.
far away. Stop laughing at your
True.
own jokes. That's my
True.
job. Covers. I'm trying
The
to think.
best part of the deadline to me is all the stories after the trade deadline of trades that could have happened.
Right.
Oh yeah. Or who was in on which players? As I said, yeah. I mean, the Jets, to no surprise, they were in on Duchesne, they were in on Mark Stone. The Islanders, they tried to make a pitch for both of those guys as well. And I saw. By the way, I saw a couple of writers put the Islanders in the loser column for not picking up anybody in the trade deadline. Bitch, did you take a look at who's on top of the Metropolitan Division right now? They don't. No. That's one thing. If the Islanders were struggling to get into a wild card spot and didn't go after somebody to help them get in there, okay, then they're a deadline loser. I can see that. They're atop the Metropolitan Division. Okay. How are they not a loser? How are they a loser by going, no, we're not going to sacrifice anything on a quick fix. We like our team right now. By that logic, the Tampa Bay Lightning are losers for not making any deals. That's just ridiculous to me. This whole thing of trade deadline winners and losers, we all do them up. It's all part of the thing. It's all bullshit anyway, because listen, we all know that, a trade that looked great on paper on the deadline, half the time these things don't move the needle for a team one way or another. Really don't. They turn out to be a waste of assets for a guy who really didn't help you very much, and then you watch him walk away via free agency. So the whole winners and losers thing, yeah, I wrote him up too because it's what's expected of us and we do them. But I mean, it like I said, half of them is bullshit. But the one thing that is the worst infraction of that for me, which is a real peeve for me, is when you say to the team that is atop their division is a loser at the deadline because they didn't go and acquire anybody. That is stupid. So knock that shit off.
Plus, I would never do that to Lou Lamoriello because you're going to end
God,
up in men's shoes out in Long Island somewhere.
He knows where you live. Yes, you could have been buried someplace, man. Come on.
This will be the last trade deadline you ever write about.
I know. It was nice knowing you, Kevin Allen.
There we go.
And Kevin Allen, I don't know. I know, and I know that Kevin Allen prefaced it by saying, "Well, it seems strange to call the team that's atop their division a loser, at the deadline and da da da." But it was like, come on, you could have picked somebody else. Pick somebody else. Pick somebody else.
Lyle, who's going to lead the Ottawa Senators rebuild? Because it can't be Pierre Dorian.
Oh, God.
It can't be him.
Oh, it's going to be.
Did you hear his press conference full of just debauchery and just
that was a press conference. That's
how not to give a press conference.
No. That was for an audience of one.
Oh my God.
Can you guess who that one person is?
Frank Stallone.
There you go.
It's so weird. I was thinking exactly the same person.
You get Eugene Melnick, my friends.
Oh,
the same way as everybody from the Trump administration, when they say great things about their administration, it's aimed for their boss. So is Dorian's comments aimed for his boss. It's great. We did great. We got this. We got that. We got prospects and draft picks. Alive. Oh, hey, good for you. And in 5 years' time, we can watch them all depart via free agency or be traded away because Melnick didn't want to trade them and he got pissed off at him and called them names.
Listen, Lyle, it's fine when they move to Quebec. It's going to be
Absolutely.
great.
It'll
this
be
LeBreton flat steel going sour, it doesn't mean a thing.
Not a thing. Not
Lyle,
at all.
there's a better chance the Ottawa Senators building a new arena on Rascal Flats than there is with the LeBreton Flats.
Exactly. Well, the LeBreton Flats deal is dead. Big time. There you go. It is dead. Deader than a doornail. Dead. And now they're saying, well, we're looking at other options to build downtown. That was your best option. Where the fuck are you going to
So
build?
if they move to Quebec, Can a third Ottawa Senators team show up in Ottawa at some point?
Sure,
willing.
if somebody's dumb enough to do it. Yeah.
What happens first when the Ottawa Senators move away? What happens first? A third team in Atlanta or a third team in Ottawa?
Third team in Atlanta. Come on, Atlanta. Go for the trifecta, baby. Woo!
Oh boy, howdy.
But oh, that is just. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, sure, you can be excited about all the. I mean, I saw some Senators followers and bloggers were trying to put lipstick on a pig by showing the impressive long list of all the draft picks that they have, especially next year when they've got, I think, something like 20. I don't know. I'm exaggerating, but they got a lot in the 2020 draft. They got a lot of picks in that draft, but. Their draft record, over the years they did, they've drafted some really good players. They had a lot of busts too. They had a lot of guys that didn't make it. How does Jared Cowan sound to you? Remember him? Jacob Klepis.
Probably
Brian
a lot older
Lee,
than he was.
Brian Lee, guys like that. These guys didn't pan out. Yeah, sure. Some of them got injured. Yeah, okay, fine. But the bottom line is the record is mixed. They've for every Erik Karlsson, there's a Jared Cowan. Okay. So for this to really pan out, they got Brady Tkachuk and Shabbat. I mean, obviously, they've got some good young players there now on the roster, but in 5 to 7 years, shalom. Goodbye now.
Shalom, Shabbat.
There you go. But you just know this is going to repeat itself as long as Eugene Melnick's the owner. Melnick says, oh, yeah, we're going to build up and then start in 2021. We're going to start spending to the cap and we're going to be a playoff contending team. And I'm like, man, you're still on that morphine they gave you for your liver transplant, aren't you? Because that is delusional. That's delusional. And it's no wonder Senators fans, how can you build a bridge on this back to your fans now? All they're going to do is sit there. This is like being a Leafs fan in the era of Harold Ballard. This is like being an Oilers fan in the era right now, for God's sake. It's like, how do you build your bridge back to these people when they know they've seen this train wreck before and they know how it's going to end? They're going to be promising. They're going to look really good. Yeah, they'll get in the playoffs for a couple of years. They'll have all kinds of potential, and then they'll come and they'll want to get a market value raise, and Melnick's going to say no, and he'll start bad-mouthing them, and he'll start questioning the coaches, and he'll start questioning whoever his general manager will be then, because it won't be Dorian, and this whole nightmare will start all over again until they get new ownership there, or until Melnick has a road to Damascus moment and all of a sudden sees the light. And how
why would he be coming
to
suburban DC?
To Maryland.
Chris asked a good question. Yeah, worst run team modern NHL: Edmonton today or Ottawa 5 years from now? Ooh. How do you know Edmonton won't still be in the same predicament?
Edmonton's still in the same spot.
They're going to be on year 15 of the 2-year build.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually, when Lyle was talking, I just found out my second favorite part of the trade deadline. It's when teams that are selling off all their assets try to spin something on social media, and they're like, the Ottawa Senators have acquired a 2020 second-round draft pick and a 2019 6th-round draft pick.
How do you like these nuts?
And then there's a picture of a prospect that no one's ever seen. Like a junior team.
Yeah.
And they're
I want teams that trade for draft picks to have an interview with the draft pick card. It's like a picture of the card and the logo. That'd be great.
If there was ever a way that we could set up to do our own live trade deadline show, we would be all over that.
Lyle, all we have to do is equally all get off.
Yeah, we just have to. I'm just going to drive to your house, and we're going to make it happen.
Yeah, we're all going to have to come to my house, and we'll have to do it. Yeah.
I think we do.
I laugh, and then it's just like these.
No, it'll happen.
No, it'll happen.
You have Airbnb.
You don't want to come here in February, guys.
We have Airbnb and PEI, right?
Not in the winter. You believe me, you don't want to be here in the winter. I'd rather be in Maryland.
Oh no. I meant for the. I thought we meant for the draft.
Oh, for the draft. Oh. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure
God,
PEI is
yeah.
beautiful.
I thought
in
you
the
were
summer.
talking about the. I thought you were talking about the trade deadline. I was like, you don't want to.
Yeah, we're kinda
Believe
talking
me,
about
you
the
don't want
trade
to be
deadline.
here in it. You don't want to be here in the winter.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
draft.
trade
I'm
deadline
only
here.
going there in the draft. I'm not going there for the trade
That's
deadline.
fine.
Yeah, no,
Johnny,
geez.
go for the trade deadline at draft time.
Okay.
And relive the trade deadline one more
relive
time.
the trade deadline that was. Uh,
Well, if we were on Sean O time, we
Yeah,
could do a
it's true.
show at
Do a
the
run-in.
the draft about the trade deadline, and then put it up, and people would be like, "Oh, it's a new show."
And then only Sean Leahy would be like that.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, though, I will be fair and say that, yeah, the Senators did get a couple of promising prospects, Abramoff, Davidson from Columbus, and from the Golden Knights they got Brandstrom or Brunstrom. Hang on, let me look at it.
It's not Fabian Brumstrom. He's the best player outside of the NHL.
Yes, the
Again.
all-time favorite of all time, Eric Brandstrom. Eric Brandstrom. Brandstrom, very highly touted, and like they said, but yeah, some of those draft picks, I'm sure they'll pan out. But God Almighty, it's just how can you have hope for the future for this team when
You
Eugene
can't.
Melnick is your boss? That's all I'm saying.
Don't go home with Hope, Lyle.
Who's
Anything else? I don't know. Don't go home with her. That's what I'm telling you.
I've
You tap?
said
All right.
my piece.
All right, here we
I've
go.
said my piece.
Pick him over 2 weeks, and I don't know how he
Oh.
keeps doing it.
Pick him.
I don't know how he keeps doing
Johnny.
it.
It's Johnny.
Mark with the C.
Oh, it's
Wow.
me.
With the big dubs.
Wow.
19 to Johnny's and Chris's 17 to my 16. Lyle was in last.
Again.
Good work, Chris.
For the year, Mark at 190, Johnny at 169.
Oh.
Nice. I'm at 163 and Lyle's at 153.
Yes. Oh, I'm setting myself up
We're
flat for the big
we're
swing.
about a month away from the Frozen Four.
Lyle's on the Johnny P track to winning
Absolutely.
the year.
I know how it took me a while, but I figured this
So
out.
it's tank now or forever hold your peace. This week we're going to the Ontario Hockey League.
the old.
How come I type in OHL and Coles comes up?
That's weird.
You need to type in Ontario Hockey League.
There you go.
There you go. Ontario Hockey League.
Lyle, you get first bid.
Alrighty, let me have a look. Let's see what shit show I can deal with here.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Ontario Jockey Club.
Close. Close. Ontario Jockey League. See, that's what they should have named it. The Ontario Jockey League. And then that way, when people fuck it up,
I have a feeling that my phone was just being like heightest in my direction.
All right, sticking with my.
Which, by the way, I think my kid is actually taller than everyone on the show except for me.
Yeah, she has really. The kegger has really grown, my friend.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so she was taller than me 5 years ago.
That's
So
true.
I'm
That's not fair.
she was
she is-
8 and she was 5'3".
Yeah, and since I'm not much taller than Johnny or Mark, I mean, she's definitely taller than me. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, proud papa there with your daughter, man. She is
Fun
spreading like a
times.
weed. Looking
Yeah,
good.
no, Jesus. She's gonna be
Yeah.
a teenager in
How
September.
she turns 13 in September.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oof.
Wow.
Oof.
She into basketball? Oh, what a horrible
told-
thing to say.
No, I told her, but she's a Predators fan. It's weird. The thing is that I told her to get her jump shot or like even bump set spike deal. Get that for your athletic scholarship, and then
Yeah.
you could go to school for free.
I have,
hey,
I
with
bought
that
a
height,
book.
yeah.
I
Sorry.
bought Pete Knowles Big Man Camp. If you'd like me,
Nice.
if you
I
want me
will
to
pass
send
it
that
along.
up to you,
Yeah.
it comes with an instructional video.
Perfect. Love it.
Hey, listen,
I've been working on some post moves. They don't work for me.
I'm sure they don't.
Listen, either b-ball or volleyball. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
big
saying.
time.
That's what I'm telling.
Yeah, big
All
time.
right.
All right. Of course, sticking with my wrestling team, and I'm going with the Guelph Lance Storm. Because I haven't gone with the Guelph Lance Storm in a while, and I just like how it sounds.
There you go. Then that's to me. I'm gonna continue my hey, who almost sexually assaulted Lyle in the bathroom? Dale Hunter and the London Knights.
Oh God.
Oh my.
Then it's to John.
Oh, well, I'm gonna stick with my theme, and I'm gonna go with the Ottawa 67s, and I'll
Nice.
owe you one.
Oh, you too.
Two.
The exchange rate.
Lyft, stop giving me offers. I don't want to use your app.
Mark.
Thank you for giving me. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the team coached by the renowned country artist Todd Gill. Give me just one more last chance. Great song. Great
No,
song.
no,
Everybody
I
loves that song.
think it was Vince Gill.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's the Owen Sound Attack.
See, Owen sounds like a country music artist too.
You know, I was talking to Death about this the other day. If we took all of
By the way, out of context, no, that's a funny sentence.
Yeah, it is.
It's just you know,
That's just showed up at your house.
If you take all of the nondescript country singers that are out today, and all of the nondescript wrestlers that are out today, and all of the nondescript backup quarterbacks that have ever played in the NFL, and you threw them all into one big bucket, and you pulled a name out of a hat, I guarantee you that even you or someone more familiar with country artists or wrestling would get some wrong.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Luke Bryan.
Yeah.
Luke Bryan's definitely sounds like a wrestler, but he's
Yeah.
not.
No.
He's a country artist.
Yep. All right, we have two options. Option 1, option 2. For haha, fuck you.
That's what happens when you have two options.
Yep. So, option 1 or option 2, Lyle, what should you pick?
If we pause long enough, people on the top chat can vote as well.
It's true.
Option 1.
1 for option 1. Johnny.
I mean, with all our bidet talk, I'm gonna have to go 2.
Oh, number 1 for option 2. Mark.
I go 2.
All right, Mark goes 2.
No one from the chat got in.
All right.
Oh, Chris says 2 also because
All right.
he's also in the bidets.
He's on the bidet train. Love it. All right, option 2. Tomorrow, Thursday, John Tavares returns
Oh
to
no!
Long Island.
Did you see that
He was-
friggin' pathetic video?
Oh, I
that was
loved every minute of it.
Oh my god! Oh, poor Muffins. Your favorite player, your franchise, the guy who's supposed to be the franchise, he went and left us
Wow,
for another
killing-
team in free
All right,
agency.
continue.
Oh, cry me a fucking river.
They did.
Jesus, get over it.
They did.
You're
It's
in-
called the
your
Long
team
Island
is in-
Sound.
Your team is in first place in the Metropolitan Division.
Okay.
You've exceeded all
Jesus,
expectations.
Jesus,
Sit down
no.
and shut up.
All right. Fuck. Get off
Such
your
a
soapbox. It's not your website.
No!
They're gonna boo the entire 60
I
minutes
hope
of
to
that
God.
game.
I hope to God they do. It's the only contribution they gave to New York. All right. So he started in 2009. The first time he took on the Toronto Maple Leafs was his 3rd game ever. So
Oh,
that's why for this
no.
haha fuck you,
Whoa.
we're going to December 1st,
Whoa.
2011, when the Phoenix Coyotes traveled to the Winnipeg Jets when Shane Doan returned to Winnipeg.
Oh, look at the swerve. Look at
Oh
the
wow!
swerve. Did not see that coming. Totally
So-
stuck me in.
So this is Shane Doan's return to Winnipeg as a Winnipeg Jet, formerly currently known as the Phoenix Coyote.
So,
I have no idea who we're talking about right now.
what year is this now?
This is 2011-12.
Oh, okay.
And which teams?
The Coyotes and the Jets.
Coyotes and the Jets.
The old
Gotcha.
Jets. New,
The same. Hold on, the same team.
The Jet. I'm sorry. The old Jets and the old Thrashers.
The old. There you go. So there's no confusion.
Okay.
The final score was 1-0.
Oh,
Obviously, an excited crowd that enjoyed it every minute
Yeah.
of the way.
all
Mm.
12 of them.
Ooh, wow. Mm.
Where was
No,
this played?
it was played in Winnipeg, so it was sold out.
Oh, it
because
was
they
sold
had
out.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was sold out
well-
They had
2
to.
years beforehand.
Yeah. All right. 2011-12, Phoenix Coyotes, Winnipeg Jets. Mark with a C. Step
Wow.
up and start us off.
Wowzers.
Mike
Good
He
out.
was on the team, on the board.
What was that, Mark?
Mike Smith.
Board.
Yep.
Mike Smith on the board.
Yep.
Johnny.
Tobias Enstrom.
Good one.
Toby Enstrom is
No.
not on the board.
Oh.
No, sir. He was injured, I do believe.
Oh, that
Yeah,
sounds
he
about
was
right,
definitely
actually.
definitely with a Jet then. Yeah, I was gonna
That
say
guy.
good pick.
That guy was injured all the time.
Yeah.
Going to Lyle.
Dustin Bufflin.
Buff Daddy on there. He is bored. Mark.
Oliver Ekman Larson.
Bored.
There you go.
Johnny.
Shane Doan.
Bored. I did not not
You
include him.
did not make that. No,
I
you
never
did not
made that
say-
assumption.
That's right.
I was
You
waiting
did-
for someone not to miss that. But good
Good
job,
one,
Johnny.
Good one.
Thank you.
Lyle.
I listen.
Nice.
Evander Kane.
Vander Kane on the board. Mark.
Crap. What's that guy's name?
Yep. He blocked
Tall guy with the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The skates.
That guy with the
a
equipment.
Russian. He blocked shots.
Mark. Damn it. Not that I know that the guy that blocks shots isn't on either of these teams. Come on. Keith Yandel. That's the guy I was thinking of.
Ooh, good
Wow.
call.
That was a
Nice.
swerve.
Nice.
Johnny.
We have 2 from the chat. AJ would like to go with Nick Antropov.
No, sir.
Oh.
Good guy.
And-
Good guess though. He was on that Jets team, but I think again injured.
Chris would like to take a goalie, which he's not allowed to do, but he's going to anyway,
Sure.
and take Andrei Pavlik.
Bored.
Yeah.
Both goalies are cleared.
Damn it.
I know.
So Johnny, your turn.
This is why I'm too nice, because I let the top chat go before me.
Right.
I'm gonna go with Zach Bogosian.
Bored.
Ooh, nice. Nice one.
Good pull. Had the most shift for the Winnipeg Jets with 27.
Chris apologized. So.
That's okay, Chris.
Lyle.
Blake Wheeler.
Wheeler Dealer. Bored. Boom.
Sure about that?
Yeah. Mark.
Oh God, I have no idea. I have no idea who's left on either of these teams. It's just so bad. These teams are terrible.
Oh,
I'm serious. I don't know who's left.
the sad part is that I'm just thinking about Thrashers.
The Fries?
Yes.
Tim
The
Erickson.
First
He was
off,
a great
hold on,
pitcher.
no. First off, I love a Tim Erickson dropped in Erixon,
Yes.
but he's not on there.
What a shame.
Tim Erickson drop. Love it. It's 2019. He's still being remembered. Johnny.
Did he die?
No, he's just
Oh.
just a terrible
you mean it.
defenseman.
You mean
Terrible defensive prospect.
Terrible.
That's terrible.
Terrible.
AJ just took the one that I was going to say, but I'm going to give it to AJ, so he's going to go with Brian Little.
Ooh, good one.
Bored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had the only goal in the game.
Of course he did.
Johnny.
So 2011 Jets
Yep.
is more Thrashers. There have to be Thrashers on my team.
Yep.
What about Yannick Perreault?
Sorry.
I went with this swerve. I thought he might have played for the Coyotes.
That'd been great if he did.
Oh, I know, right?
To Lyle.
Hang on. Probably a little too early for this guy. Jacob Trouba.
It is too early for him.
Yeah, I figured probably by about a year or so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mark.
Damn it! No, I got nothing. I don't know who.
Okay.
I don't know who's on either of these teams.
All right. Mark is tapped. Now between Johnny and Lyle.
Oh.
Johnny.
Is this who gives up first?
Right. Essentially, it's a war of attrition.
Yes, that's another good one, AJ.
Oh, what's he got?
AJ is saying Andrew Ladd.
Oh, you took mine, AJ.
Bored.
Good one. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna make it a little easier on everybody.
Okay.
Little Hinsky.
Hinsky.
On ice shot attempts against. He was at 20.
That doesn't help.
On ice shot against attempts against.
Oh man.
What
20.
about Colby Armstrong?
Oh, good guess, but not there.
Yeah. If you would have said nose length, then I would have been in.
Like in the club or like
Yes, and with
Okay.
Colby Armstrong.
Okay,
And with
good.
Colby Armstrong.
perfect
Uh,
to Lyle.
yeah, I'm thinking of Coyotes here. Because I'm kind of after AJ said Andrew Ladd, he took away the only Jet that I had left. Yeah, I think Martin Hansel was still there, but was he playing? He was hurt so much.
Is your guess Martin Hansel?
My guess is Martin Hansel.
You're so Gretel. That's up on the board.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
That's a hard one because he was hurt so friggin' awesome.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Mark, how are you doing? How are things? Things going good? Having a good day?
Yeah, no, actually, it was not a
Oh.
great day. I'm actually exhausted. I had a bit of a 24-hour bug.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is it
Both
at what
ends.
hour are you on
Both
in the
ends.
24-hour bug?
I think it's just about done. So
All right, that's good.
So like
20
23.
He's waiting on that 11th hour to get that pay-per-view. All right, well that's good to know. Johnny?
Chris would like to go with Scott Hartnell.
Nope.
And I would like to go with Radim Verbata.
Oh,
Good one.
board.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes, sir. Free real estate.
Man.
Lyle.
that
That was a good drop.
That was a great job.
was a great drop. Yeah.
You know how hard it is to add to put our ads in at the end of the show and find out where Scotty's like, all right, well, we'll see you, Lyle, because there's so many fucking pauses
Yeah, I know, right?
at the end of our show.
You always have to look at the time clock and just say, okay, this is gonna be this time. Oh god.
Come on, AA Ron,
Michael
you got one, man.
Michael Bacher.
Who?
Trying to think was he still with the team?
Is that your answer?
Yeah. Well, it's the only one I can
One
think
of the best pitchers on that Why Not squad, Michael Bodker on the board.
Oh my God! Pulled that one out of my ass because I think I'm done now.
Speaking of the Why Not team, we got a text from Death today.
Oh,
And the Orioles are having a Why Not night on August 9th.
I saw that.
So we got tickets. They're giving out Why Not t-shirts. But the best part of the story is that on August 8th is the Hootie and the Blowfish concert that I'm going to. So I have August 8th Hootie and the Blowfish, August 9th Orioles Why Not. It's like I'm reliving my youth.
I was gonna say, like the fucking late 80s, early 90s hit Johnny hard.
Beautiful. AJ would like to go with Michael Roosevelt.
Ooh.
Nope.
Oh.
I have a feeling that there's still like one Jet that I'm thinking of that I'm missing.
Is it Jim O'Brien, the former Jets quarterback? Because I had his starting lineup. Is it former Jet and former Maryland Terrapin Boomer Esiason?
He was good. There has to be a Thrasher that was still on this team.
Yeah, there's a couple.
I've already named the ones that I know though.
Yeah.
Sucks.
It's the rough part.
And I'm thinking, what about Tyler Myers?
He was
Still in Buffalo.
Still in Buffalo, yeah. I don't even think he was drafted yet, to be honest. He was probably 2011.
All right.
Lyle?
I'm tapping, guys.
All right,
Honestly, I can't think of any.
We got any
others
last
now.
calls in the chat? This was a bad.
AJ has an Ole Jokinen.
Congratulations.
Hey!
Hope your Ole Jokinen treats you well. Not in this game, but he'll treat you well in life.
Oh.
So no, he's not on the board.
Oh well. And I'm gonna go out on my Radim Verbata drop.
Smart. So for the Phoenix Coyotes, Adrian Acoin.
Huh.
Oh,
That guy shows up everywhere.
I know.
He's like the Chris Bork. Oh, I can't say that. He played for the Bears also.
Yeah. The Bodker, Doan, Ekman Larson. The best NASCAR driver in the NHL, Boyd Gordon.
Boyd Gordon.
Hansel, Rusty Klesla.
Oh, Rusty Klesla.
Lori Kopakowski. Damon Langkow.
Oh.
Wow.
Derek Morris.
Uh,
Patrick O'Sullivan. Tyler Pyatt. David Schlemko. Rafi Torres. Kyle Turris.
we could name our version. We got David Slimcode.
I know.
And then no copyright infringement.
Exactly. I haven't listened to that show in a while. I
haven't either.
I can't listen to it anymore.
Actually, the only thing that I did do is I used them for their code so I could get cheaper tickets.
Smart. Rabada, Ray Whitney on this board, and Yandel with Mike Smith and net. For the Jets, Bogosian, Alexander Burmistrov.
He played for the Thrashers.
Yep.
Wow.
Bufflin, Mark Flood, Tanner Glass, Jason Jaffrey, Vander Kane, Carl Klingberg, Arthurs Kluda, Lad Little, Johnny Oduya, Jim Slater, Tim Stapleton, Mark Stewart, Chris Thorburn, Fat Kyle Wellwood, Wheeler, and Andre Pavlich. I
think we did pretty well.
I think you did pretty well, given the teams.
Well, yeah, I mean, we rattled off. Well, yeah, rattled off quite a few names from two teams that really weren't. Though, to be fair, I think that was the year the Coyotes went to the Western Conference Final, if memory serves.
2012?
Yeah, 2011-12, because 2011 was the first year of the Jets, right? Where Thrashers were in Winnipeg. Yeah, so pretty sure that was the season the Coyotes went to the Western Conference Final. So the Jets were kind of meh, and the Coyotes were kind of meh.
I was going to guess Redfield T-Bomb, but I knew he was never on the team.
Yeah, it's true.
Your special guest referee, Renfield T-Bomb. You dropped the bomb on me.
All right, Lyle. Well, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Can't do that anymore.
Great segue out.
We'll see you next week when we start looking at the playoff push. Hurrah!
Hurrah! Huzzah! It'll be March then.
Marching into the playoffs.
Marching into the playoffs, guys. Well, have a good week, y'all. Hope y'all are.
Yes. Get some sleep, Lyle.
Yeah, go get some rest.
I will. Good night, guys.
Bye, Lyle. There he goes. Lyle Rich from SpectorsHockey.net and at Spectors Hockey on Twitter. Find all his other stuff. Johnny, shoutouts.
AJ says that was the year that Rafi Torres murdered Marian Hossa in the playoffs.
That's right. My God.
Anyway. He remembers everything. We need to have I think we need to have another haha fuck you.
We need a Wednesday night. We need a game night.
Yeah, maybe this summer.
Well,
maybe this summer we'll plan one where Chris and AJ
get all the Warriors on there.
Yeah, get everybody and Aaron.
Everybody.
Yeah, I mean, that might be tough because our show starts at 7, so you're gonna have to leave work at like 4.
We'll let you know. Just take the day off.
Yeah, just take the day off on a Wednesday. I'm gonna give a shout out to both Hootie and the Blowfish and the Orioles Why Not team. So today at one point I had to explain to somebody what the Orioles Why Not team was. And I said it was the team in 1989 that didn't make the playoffs. But after the Orioles had been such shit for so many years, it was the redemption year. And then I explained how the video went viral. Kind of. It's on YouTube actually now. But how the video became a cult classic and everybody watched the Orioles Why Not video. You know, it was interesting conversation. Everybody should check out Orioles Why Not on YouTube if you can find it. Watch the video. Tell us what you think.
All right.
I think we can still quote everything from that.
Yes.
Mark has his when Mark shows up, he has his Greg Olson jersey that Greg Olson actually wore.
Wow.
To wear to the game.
Yep. Death found it in a closet.
True.
Again, out of context, very bizarre.
I'll give a shout out to Hudson. He has new sunglasses. He's styling and profiling.
Nice.
And I give a shout out to DC United. DC United playing MLS champion Atlanta United this weekend.
Nice.
I think it's at Audi Field, actually. I need to get to Audi Field another time this year. So we should go when it's not 45 degrees.
You got to get out of here.
Yes. Audi Field.
Hmm.
All right. You guys rip.
All right. Actually, Mark's up.
Aaron says almost anything hockey is worthy of a day off.
Smart.
So yeah, I'm pretty tired.
Yeah.
My body is pretty weak right now. I feel run down. So I'm gonna cut. I'm not really shouting anything out. I'm just telling you how I am. So
Are you running down in Dream?
I'm not currently, no.
I'm
trying to.
That was part of the Orioles Why Not video for those that haven't watched it.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. I don't have any shoutouts. It's good to be back though.
All right, good. Glad to have you back, buddy, after a 2-week hiatus. I want to shout out Sammy and the crew at Mr. Mike's for treating me so well last week. Awesome time. Like nothing ever changed. That was pretty rad too. Shout out to the Kegger. Tall as hell. Don't know what the hell is going to do. But again, got to start hook shot, maybe a little hook shot, maybe perimeter game. Don't know yet. See how that goes. Yeah, I really got nothing else. It's really a travel week and then work. Hooray. Nothing. It's been a boring. Oh, Jen at the game Friday, she realized I was having car troubles and stuff like that. So she bought me some Oyos. She bought me another the Tucker Pullman, and then she got me a Brock Besser.
Nice.
The best part about the Tucker Pullman one.
That's your agent.
I know, right?
Your client. Sorry.
No, my client. The best part about the Tucker Pullman one is that his I don't know if we can zoom in or if we can we focus on that?
It's out of zoom.
It's not our focus. Can we focus it on that? So his expression is just a side smile, like meh. Very hilarious. It's hilarious if you see. You had to be there. All right, we're done with this. Anyway, for Johnny P. Mark with a C, I'm Scotty Watts. Take care of yourself and someone else. It's been Face Off Hockey Show on the Face Off Hockey Show media faction powered by Blog Talk Radio. Follow us on the internets, Facebook.com/FOHS Radio, Twitter.com/FOHS Radio, Patreon.com/Face Off Hockey Show. And coughing fits. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys next week. Peace.
I get a shack in a kebab when in Byron Bay, rent a bomb, smoking L, and then we're on our way. Shelly Beach, left beak, man, it's no one out to play. See those barrels through the back, yeah, the whole damn way. Smoking in the car, driving down the highway. No destination, with no place to stay. Everywhere to go and everywhere to play, man. With Operation Moderation, you always gotta say.